want to scoot over a little bit there? Get close to me there, buddy. Check yourself.
She looks a lot better here than she does in person.
Glamour shots. So, have you heard episode 5?
Oh, we're recording?
5. And we got markers.
Yeah, she got it right this time.
Markers 5. We're actually 33% of the way to where we need to be when people start watching us. Right? 15 is the magic number, kind of. We said 14, but 15 where people actually listen.
Where'd you get that from?
So we're 5. This is 5. 5 and 5 is 33%. CFO. COO. Cuckoo.
Do you think I should know math or something like that?
What's that?
So do you think I should know math
Well,
or something?
we were told that it takes 14 episodes for somebody to finally watch.
Or listen.
Or listen.
So everything you say now is pointless.
Right. Hence, it's been pretty pointless up till now.
And that's why you listen.
So
what do
marketing.
So we continue.
Facebook.
Are we still bitching about that?
Yeah, let's just really quickly talk about. What do you want to talk about?
No, we're gonna let's why don't we bitch about how much of a pain in the ass this has been.
So we ran into a major marketing professor from a large production school today.
We did.
And she just smacked me around like a baby seal.
And we're not going to name her because she doesn't know she's going to be talked about in this podcast.
It was great to be, though, it's great to get a different point
feedback.
of view.
Yeah, I mean, it's feedback. You know
from somebody who's been involved with marketing and platforms and for a long, long time.
It brings a good point up because you think about it, like, nothing against Orlando, but we don't have the infrastructure here where we can be surrounded by people who can give us feedback who come from experience, right?
Right.
How many startups are running around in coffee shops in Orlando? Real startups, not just people with man buns and on coding all day long.
Man buns.
I'm talking about people who are actually done startups, created them, sold them, have been fired, been hired. And that's valuable stuff. I mean, if you're sitting in a coffee shop in San Francisco or in Midtown Manhattan, there's a good chance you might run into somebody who can give you some quality advice.
Actually has their kind of shit together and knows what they're doing.
And nothing against Orlando. It just isn't here yet, and that's our problem. That's where we're stuck. We're stuck in a situation where we need that next level of advice in marketing and how to get this thing viral. And we're piecemealing together. We're talking to people, sources that we feel can help and guide us. But that too, the sources we talk to don't have the experience we're looking for. Right?
True.
Like, we're not talking about firms that have launched Facebook and Uber or I mean, again, those are unicorns.
But at the end of the day, we're also back to that whole word of bootstrap.
Yeah,
so what we talked about last episode is finally engaged. It's out there. Now, we don't really have a measurement until tomorrow will be our first measurement on Facebook advertising in a consistent manner. Consistent for 3 days. But we'll see if our ads are resonating with our providers a little bit that we're marketing after.
And we're also experimenting with text message marketing.
Text messages went out.
Yeah.
I'm not got to research a little bit exactly what we should be looking for the engagement back on that. Mm-hmm. I think it should be fairly high, but also text messaging has become quite rampant with advertising, and so I think it's very easy for somebody to click off of it quickly. So it's really a matter of how can we got to tweak everything about that until we get that right connection with people that they want to click that button. And so we sent out about 2,000, had about 7% conversion rate on the first click, meaning they clicked to see the video. And the landing page. In doing so, now we have that group of people, so we'll market after them in a different manner because they've already clicked once, so we can actually create a different marketing campaign for those and continue to drip to the current ones who didn't do anything or who possibly deleted us. So text messages, I think, is, you've got emails, they're very easy to dodge. Text messages hit you in the face on your phone. It's easy to cancel them. It's easy to delete them.
Do they irritate consumers, you think? I mean, how many do you get a day? How many text messages do you get from random solicitations?
I get mostly from Trump.
Okay.
And then I get a few from...
I'd probably ignore those.
I get a few from animated videos. Hey, get your animated video. But I would say I get one a day.
Okay. So does your...
What would piss you off? How many text messages before you're pissed off or you actually click on it? Is there a special number? Is there a number that you guys see on your phone that you're like, hey, cancel. You know what? I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Or
is it going to be a constant cancel? I don't know. But we have about 130 people that actually clicked on it that we'll market to them differently.
So why text? I mean, of course, we're being informative. Why text? Why do we choose text messages as a form of a medium for us to get our message out?
Because it goes right back to being direct, and we were able to find providers that were still currently using text messages as their main form of communication in their business, and then take those and be able to directly market to them, knowing that there are providers that would benefit from our platform.
Do we have any brands that are out there that we know of that have success in marketing through text message?
Trump.
He's a brand, all right. I'll tell you that much.
No, we don't have any data on that.
Okay. So this is part of.
But if you read articles about text message marketing, from what I read last night, and just trying to figure out what was a good percentage we should look for, some companies seem to think that 95% of the text messages should get open. But I think that's if it's coming from a warm source. Okay. Coming from a cold source is kind of, yes, emails is usually around 1 to 2%. Text messages, I think we should be at like 10 to 12%. So if we send out 2,000 text messages, hey, we should get 200 responses back, at least.
Yeah. Okay. That's a fair measure.
And 200 goes into 10,000 how many times?
200 goes into what? 10,000. We're doing math in this thing again?
Right now.
Really trying.
That's just going to tell me how many days we have to text message to get 10,000 providers.
You can make a calculator out real quick.
All right, so Facebook. We're running ads. We're running campaigns. We're spending currently about $50 a day to see exactly what's going to resonate with our people. And we're excited to be able to, I'm super excited to be able to investigate and look at the marketing and see what's actually working. And is it working? Does the cow suit help? Is it better just to be a normal person talking to people? What do people want?
Do they know what the cow suit is? They probably don't know what the cow suit is, do they?
No. Cow suit next episode. I will do the podcast in the cow suit next episode.
First-hand look at the yellow cow.
Here's the deal. We'll go back to the cow suit. I'll talk about the cow suit really quickly.
It's a marketing piece.
It's a marketing piece. We are a modern-day Yellow Pages. Yellow. We are service herd, cow. Yellow cow just made sense. Also, we didn't want to look like that chicken sandwich company out there.
Oh,
that has the cleanest restaurant, but the slowest drive-thru. I read reports yesterday.
Filet of chicken?
It's called filet of chicken with the pickle. What else about marketing? Anything else?
So, how about what we missed and that we're kind of scrambling now for is the pitch deck.
Yes,
that's a marketing piece.
We're looking over some pitch decks and we realize that PowerPoints and pitch decks are a bit different. Yeah, especially in how we want our pitch deck to be. Yes, there are pitch decks that are a little more basic, but the pitch deck that we probably want to construct it's a wow factor.
Yeah. What was kind of eye-opening? So we actually had the ability to kind of look at some pitch decks from some pretty notable brands that are out there. We're not going to name them on here, but some big startups that have raised a lot of capital. And I don't know, I was kind of shocked to see how simple some of them were. But they're the ones that raised money. We actually, we were actually. I mean, even can do this. We were looking at the company, and we were looking at the Crunchbase data stream to see how
looking
much
at the pitch deck. Yeah. Okay, like the pitch deck. Look at the Crunchbase. Let's see what they've done. Whoa, they've raised $20 million.
Crunchbase is
Crunchbase is just an easy way to invest for free. You can investigate an investor or a possible startup that's working, or somebody that's been funded multiple times, and what's been their trail, their track record of their funding.
How much they've raised, who to raise it from,
have they acquired,
when they do it,
have they acquired companies, were they acquired? All those. It's just.
And I was kind of surprised. We're looking at some of these pitch decks, and they seem pretty simple. Some of the companies now we know are obviously mega, boku, big time.
Just like 129 million.
Yeah, exactly. But with that being said, when these pitch decks first came out, we looked at to see what they raised in their first couple rounds. That was still kind of eye opening too.
It was.
I was under the impression we had to do a whole dog and pony show. We got to do all this crazy stuff. This fancy.
The question is that money in Orlando?
But how about this? Here's an interesting thing. from all those pitch decks, and that's the next thing we'll get to, money, where it's coming from. But in all those pitch decks, speaking of money, I didn't see anything much about money in there in terms of
them making money.
Correct.
I didn't see a lot of that either.
There was some of it. They were alluding to something, but it wasn't like there was detailed financials, which for some reason, and this is how I know a lot of these quote unquote angel investors that you meet here in Orlando are phonies, because the first thing they ask for is, let me see the financials. But we on these pitch decks for these multi-billion-dollar companies we just saw, none of them had financials.
Nothing.
And from what I've read in some great books that were recommended to us, it clearly states in your pitch deck to leave financials out of it.
So, and that's a good thing, because we don't have a lot of them right now. Besides a lot of
how can you?
outward.
How can you? Yeah, I mean, yeah, so, it's all negative. Right?
I mean, you can speculate, and you can put things together.
Yeah.
Obviously we're gonna do that, and but it's been eye opening to me looking at the pitch decks, talking to people about, hey, your marketing scheme. What are you gonna do? Hey, well, if you're marketing to customers who don't bring any revenue in, and the providers are who brings the revenue in. So we are focusing on providers, like we discussed last episode, and we're still focusing on providers, because we believe that if we have a better mousetrap and we bring the providers, and the customers will come.
Sure. Yeah, and like I said, the pitch deck thing, part of it is going to be, like I said, it's a huge piece, that we kind of neglected. And we're telling you right now on the podcast we did. And
what's a pitch deck?
So that's the next step, is creating one. And we're in search of a expert in creating pitch decks. Neither one of us know PowerPoint really well, nor want to use PowerPoint.
Right.
So hey, obviously this will hopefully by the time this episode gets on the air or is released, we already have a pitch deck made. Well, we should.
Yep.
But yeah, another thing too was we talked about part of the marketing was, where's the money coming from, and we noticed, look, a lot of that's in Silicon Valley.
Yep.
And we're actually at a disadvantage being in Orlando. That's something let's not beat on the bush, right?
Totally. I think that if we ran around and did the dog and pony show in Chicago or out in Silicon Valley or any of these techie places,
Atlanta, I would say,
right. I think there's a little more flow. There's a little more there's a little more optimism of stuff. I mean, there's
people have bigger pictures.
And looser pockets, because there's they're probably more money.
Yeah, and again, this is not. I'm not trying to take shots at Orlando. I'm just trying to say, like, there is a good tech scene here. Good in the sense of it's a good baseline tech scene where it's people. They're trying. But we met with some people yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yep.
Who are operate in that space per se, and
kind of incubator, accelerator, and more incubator.
And I'm sure they do a great job, but I mean, I wasn't blown away by anything, and I'm sure they weren't blown away by us.
Their goal is to create a community of tech people that
Correct.
can chat together, and you can bounce ideas with probably for a pitch deck or for your social media marketing, or we haven't been able to figure out if the value is does that bring that much value? I mean, in that community, is it worth paying for that community, or can we find that outside of paying for it?
Correct.
We also have a COO, or of some sort of a guy that a Julian that we've been working with.
Yeah.
And so we're not, again, we're wondering about, where do you, if you spend your money wisely, where do you spend it?
That's correct. Yeah.
Or if you're working on equity of your business, where do you give that? And so it's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
Especially when you haven't had consistent marketing, so you don't even know if anybody likes your product.
Yeah. So that's right now our marketing is our biggest challenge, and we got to figure that out.
It was a hell of a week, though. We finally put an outfit on the baby that we weren't embarrassed to show to the public.
In non-metaphor terms, means the app is ready.
Means the app is ready, and we actually
you can download it now.
We actually had the people that we were talking about who have some studios in town running some different tech projects say that they thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah. We received a lot of positive feedback. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because we've had some negative feedback recently, but it hasn't been negative. It's been more constructive, and
it's more been about the difficulty in the industry that we are working with in an app situation. There's some big players in what we're doing.
We're stepping in the ring with Shaquille O'Neal and on the court.
With Shaquille O'Neal,
and Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson all at the same time.
And we're just going to prove that we're
better.
We're LeBron James. or whoever's better. I don't know who's better.
LeBron James was pretty big going in, so I mean.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Well, but he's
we're the undrafted.
He made an impact when Michael was known and Larry Bird was known, and all of a sudden now.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. Now
we're more of the undrafted free agent.
We're more of the Spuds McKenzie or whatever that guy's name. What was his name?
Spud Webb.
Spud Webb. I was talking. Let's have some fun for a second here. I was talking about marketing too. We were talking today. We were talking about what about you've got mail and the yellow pages and how do we
old school
we take our marketing? Do we gear it more towards our 35, 45, 55-year-olds? Do we have to have it wide open for millennials also, or do we just cater to the different avenues and see what they like? It's so crazy. Like I'd love to do like a "Where's the beef?" You remember the old Wendy's commercial?
Yeah,
and have like a service herd commercial somehow like it.
It's just the marketing's gotten so segmented. You've got Generation X, Y, Z, Generation this, Generation that. I mean, I've lost track of what's what anymore. I forgot. I don't even know what I am anymore. At one point, I thought I was a millennial. Then they said, "No, you're not a millennial. You missed it by a few months."
I just feel old after working on this thing for so long.
Seriously, I'm like. Then I saw I'm Generation Z. No, I'm that one generation right before Generation Z, which I don't know what generation that is.
So the question is man, when you have a wide open platform and you're advertising, trying to be more niche-y because that's how, in order to really hit pain and pressure points of certain people that you're advertising to, what do you do? And so
hire somebody. If you can afford it.
You hire somebody.
If you can afford it. Or you read a lot of books.
You spend money, you read books, and then you just test and test and test. So we're testing, I think, 42 different ads right now in hopes of finding 3 that resonate with our clientele, meaning, hey, they watched the videos, they clicked learn more, and they got somewhere in the process, maybe even signed up. Now, next time they go on to a Facebook, they're going to see a more engaging ad. They're going to see maybe a more personal ad now, because now we've kind of hooked them. They're thinking about us a little bit. Now the next ad comes on, and hopefully now we start to build a relationship. It's this marketing we're doing on Facebook is like dating. And so like you originally walk into a bar, and how can you attract just a random person, right?
I'm dating about 8 years, so.
So after you somehow you're appealing to somebody that walks in the bar. Now the next goal is the next step, and that is slowly building that relationship to the point that you get maybe to first or second base, and then next thing you know you're
there. Home run.
Yeah.
Yep.
The limbo.
The limbo. That's what they call it.
The vertical limbo.
Vertical limbo.
So yeah, we're throwing out the flyers and the banners and the fun stuff to attract somebody, and then once they click on it one time, now the next thing they see from us is going to be something that gets them more engaged, hopefully.
Yeah.
More educated.
Are we overcomplicating this? Do you think? Do you think there's a straightforward marketing answer out there that we're just missing and we're overcomplicating this? Talking about the analytics and this and that. I mean, is that just the way it is now?
I think it's the way it is. You've got to really dig into the analytics of the ads.
My point is there was a time and day when you just call up Yellow Pages for an ad.
Yeah, or you threw the cow off and on, and you sold used cars in a crazy ad, and you're like, hey, buy the car. That's kind of like how.
Or you paid somebody to go out there and put your ads on TV and radio, and you were done. Now it's analytics and engagement and it's 10 different platforms.
So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to we kind of talked about how this episode we were going to discuss actually how the marketing was going, and we don't really have that to measure yet. But 1 week from today, I think that we're going to podcast from Atlanta.
Yes. After
a Million Cups meeting. I'm also going to get engaged with doing some email marketing also. I want to see we can do some dripping spam campaigns. But we can do it for inexpensive. That's what we like. So we're gonna be able to come back with some marketing actual results for text message, Facebook, email, and all that good stuff. And
so there you go. So maybe a reason to come back next week and listen to us is just hear our results.
See if our shit is working or not. What works. And or do you guys have something that works? Hey, do you have a cool tagline that's worked really well and you want to give it away? Yeah. Everybody keeps their secret sauce close. But listen, Facebook, Service Herd, comment. Tell us things that you would like. Download the app. Check it out. Let us know what you think about the app. We're gearing towards providers right now. We're signing up providers by the herds for our customers. But currently, We're marketing to providers. But if you are a customer, obviously, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
What would make it better? What would make it smoother? What would make it more fun? What would make it more engaging? Check out Instagram. Comment there if you want. Hey, look at our TikTok videos. We're going to do some fun TikTok contests and Instagram contests. Like, hey, find our truck, make a post go viral, we'll give you $1,000. Something like that. Like, it's
find our truck in Orlando.
Find our truck in Orlando.
So if you're out there in some big city and you're looking for our truck and you don't see it.
Yeah, don't take a picture of our truck from one of our videos. And
Well,
you could. Hey.
You're creative. That creative?
You're that creative.
We want to talk to you.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. This podcast, Randy@serviceherd.com. Hey, till next time.
Yeah, 20 minutes is up.
20 minutes is up.
You bored him enough.
And my computer just said battery's got about 5% left, so.
Gotta go.
What's new? We look forward to seeing you in the herd.
In Atlanta.
Peace.
Peace, love.
And hair grease.
Hair grease.